on a Wednesday morning. I'm heading out on my motorcycle to go see bridges in southern Oklahoma, Central Park, and northern Texas. Some of these bridges are old and rickety, and some even swing, and some are kind of newer technology and cool and long. I started out by heading east down historic Route 66. Here comes a car. Which is characterized by really small rolling hills and lots of oak trees. First stop is the Winnett-Byers Bridge, which is just a little bit south of Winnett, Oklahoma, which is just east of Pauls Valley, actually. I'm only about an hour 45 from home, so this thing's pretty close. It's really cool, one lane. You have to wait for other people to come across if you're gonna cross. As far as I can tell, Winnett is a very small town which is comprised mostly of churches. So this is the Roosevelt Memorial Bridge that goes over Lake Texoma. Very different from the last bridge I went to, but it's the longest bridge in the state. Anytime I travel on my motorcycle, I always check the box on Google Maps that says avoid highways. This bridge in particular was not on the list of like awesome bridges. I just wanted to find the most rural path for crossing the Red River, at least near where I was crossing. And this didn't disappoint. This is actually one of the coolest bridges. So why bridges? First of all, when you're on a motorcycle, you get this kind of feeling of like you're flying. And if you're on a bridge, you're kind of suspended in the air, and that feeling is just amplified. And there's this sense of fear, honestly, and you know that nothing's gonna happen, and of course, you know, rationally, there's no reason to be afraid, but it's just like being on a roller coaster, you know, there's still that element of danger, however false it may be. And there's just the sensation of when you grow on top of a bridge, you know, the temperature drops when you're over the water, the wind feels different, you smell the water as you're going over it. It's just a fun way to travel on a motorcycle. So that's why I came in search of bridges. Behind me here is the Louisville Lake Toll Bridge. It's just north of Dallas. I was kind of worried because it's in such an urban environment, but this bridge was fun to ride on. It's really long, and it goes really high above the lake. This is the Motel 6 I stayed at last night in Stevensville, Texas. This storm was supposed to have blown over by the time I woke up this morning, but as you can see, it's still sprinkling, and I'm just gonna have to hope for the best, batten down the hatches, and keep it moving. This storm is pretty much gone, I hope. As you can see, gone are all of the trees that I started out with on Route 66, and it's given way to the prairies of Texas. So this is Regency Memorial Bridge. This is my terminal destination. This is basically the coolest bridge that I came to see, and had to drive the furthest for it. It is a swing bridge, which means that there's no support through the center of it. Those cables are the only thing that's keeping it stable, so it can swing back and forth just a little bit. It's really cool, it's really high, it's pretty long, it's really fun to drive over. The deck is a little bit iffy, maybe. So I came out here to shoot a few shots on top of the bridge, and I swear to you, as this wind blows, I can feel this bridge moving back and forth. What's crazy is when you see a car coming over this thing, you can actually see the deck swaying up and down and back and forth. The phone charger that I have for this motorcycle, I don't know what happened on the way home. It just stopped charging altogether. I had no GPS. I was using a map. I went out and bought a paper map. How long has it been since you used a paper map to get around?
Since the beginning of this season, since spring, I've been dying to get this motorcycle out. It was so good to get those wheels turning and get this baby stretched out. But after almost 1,000 miles, I am glad to be home.